Yeah, all right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are seeing this and whatever time you're seeing this. Welcome once again to the interview. My name is Ifeolu Adeniji, your regular host, and I'm excited to have on the call this a friend, a brother that I've known for over a decade. I met him when we were both teenagers. We met at our entrance school, our first degree. A very awesome friend and brother. I'm excited to have him here. Uh, Different location at the moment. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. He's going to tell us where he is at the moment. But good to have you, Daniel Fasheun. Hi, Daniel Fasheun. Can you hear me, please? Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Hi, Feoluwa.
Hi,
Can you
good
hear
to
me?
yes, clearly good to see your face. Wow, how are you doing today?
I'm very fine. And you?
I will not take this for granted. I know we are friends, but thank you very much for uh, taking time to do this out of your very busy schedule. I know you're a very busy person. Thank you very much, and thanks for honoring our invite.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay, I think there's a lag, but I hope we can really work with this. I think there's some few second lag, but I'm sure we'll both enjoy this. Okay, so let's go right into it. Daniel Fasheun, tell us who you are now. Let's start from there. Who is Daniel Fasheun currently?
Yeah. Who am I now?
Yeah.
Yeah, emphasis on now, right?
Now, yes, now. Before you tell us your
Yeah.
teenage story, now.
Well, what if I say that I am just me? Okay. Uh, I'm a child of God with several attributes from my father. So
Mm.
that is me. Okay. Then talking about now, maybe you're talking about a change in status, right? Okay.
Yes.
We all
Yes.
experience change in status, right? With time. Yeah. So talking from that angle, yeah, as I said, I'm still who I am. Okay. So, but the things that have changed. Okay. In recent times, I've become a husband, right, and a father. So,
Awesome.
by God's grace.
Awesome.
Um, well, yeah, I'm also a biochemist by training, as you already know. We studied together, right?
Yeah,
So,
indeed.
yeah, and I worked a little, yeah, for some years in the pharma industry, and currently I'm a researcher in the line of biofuels, bioenergy. Yeah, just something related to that. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Daniel. You did mention that yeah we studied together. Yes, we met when we were going to start our first degree as a biochemist. Or as a biochemistry student, I think it's safe to say that you are the biochemist. I think I left off biochemistry over a decade ago, but that's a story for another day. Okay, so uh, do you mind telling us where you are currently? I mean, I'm not sure location, but I mean the part of the world you are currently. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, as at November 2021. Where are you currently as at November 2021, Daniel?
Okay, right now, I'm in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so I'm talking from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. I mean, so I'm sure my viewers would know by now that I didn't study in Brazil. So that means you were once in Nigeria. Okay. You might look like them a little bit, but you were once in Nigeria. So we want to hear and I think that's very that's one of the interesting part of this interview. We want to hear your teenage story. So tell us, as comfortable as you are, and as open as it can be. Let's know your teenage story. I mean, someone is seeing you now and is And okay, so my viewer has, at this point, I need to say that Daniel studied biochemistry, finished the first class, and went ahead to do his second degree, master's, also finished a distinction. Currently, is a researcher. For those who don't know what that means he's doing a stud degree, and you can see how well is granted. So I just need to chip that in so that when he's in his story, someone can also listen and understand how from where he used I mean from where he started from to where he is now. So I'm sure you can see the expression I was saying that is someone that is so humble that doesn't like to say those things. But I'll say at this point, I am proud of you. I've known you as a brother and friend. Thanks for setting that space, excellent space. So we'd like to know, tell us and share with us, as comfortable as you want to be and as open as you think we should know, your teenage story.
Mm, okay. Thank you, Felua. So sharing my teenage story, that's between the age of 11 or 13. Which one? Okay. And 19 years old. Yeah, that's a long time, really. And I want to talk about that in just maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. It's a lot to talk about. Well, once again, I will say thank you for inviting me for this. After I got the invitation, I started thinking, okay, what do I really have about my teenage years? You know? And it got me thinking for a while. Okay, what can I say? If I'm even asked, Daniel, how did you spend your teenage years? Um, what was your experience like? What will I say? Okay, so these were the things I was just ruminating about after I got the invitation, to come for this. Yeah, my teenage years were, to me, interesting. Okay, but to some people, boring. Uh, it depends on how we look at it. I've shared some of my activities with some people in recent times, and they said, Daniel, oh, you had a very boring teenage years, you know. Yeah, but to me, it was cool. It was okay. I loved it. Even reflecting now, I think I enjoyed it. I learned a lot during my teenage years, and I will forever be grateful for that. So I will say a few things. There are positives and negatives.
Important, very
But
important. Yeah.
yeah, I will focus more on the positives. Yeah, the negatives, hmm, they are just, well, everything I will talk about are just things common to teenagers, okay, to everyone, okay. But I'll just focus on basic things I feel uh, we can learn from, and maybe not only learning, just to tell a little about myself too. And probably my experience is a little different from some other teenagers I don't know. All right. So, as I said earlier, it was just like what we have for most kids. Okay. It may be a little boring for some people. Maybe like if Lua, his own teenage years might be boring. Yeah, but for me, it was a little more controlled. Let me put it that way.
Mm,
Um, Let me start by talking about my interaction with people.
mm,
Okay, the kind of friends I had.
mm,
Okay, during those years. Now I'll be talking about times from maybe 11 years.
mm,
Okay, to yeah. Let me talk about the early parts. Okay, from 11 to like 16
mm.
before I met it Oluwa. So I'll start. I'll start from that aspect. Except in school, except when in school, I was not really having friends that were my peers,
Mm,
except when I'm in school. And I was I attended, a day school, right? So I spent most of my time at home with my family. Okay,
Okay,
so the only time,
sorry for cutting it. Do you mind? I mean, like I said, as much as you want to be open, we would like to, because it might seem that you've had it all. I mean, all flying. Now is in part of is in
yeah.
out of the country. If you don't mind, let's learn. Like I said, as open as you want to be, your location of that school and all of those, will not mind, please.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, my teenage years, basically my secondary school, right?
Yes,
I attended Igomode Grammar School.
in Brazil.
So I thought Igomode Grammar School
In
in
Brazil,
Ota,
right?
in Songota,
Okay,
Nigeria.
fair enough. All right.
Yeah. So a public school. So I'm just like a
Mm,
regular person in Nigeria. I'm no different.
mm,
So I attended that school, and that was where I had a few friends that were my peers. And the fact is, even though I had these friends, we only meet in school. Okay. Once we go back home, we don't have any communication anymore, you know.
mm,
So it was strictly having your peers, most of your peers in school, not where you live. I don't know where they live. I don't know anything about them except for our interaction in school. So we're only friends in school. And then we're not having cell phones. So you don't even have the opportunity of you know, calling your friends outside school. So that was the situation. Now, why am I saying this? I Because I was not having peers really apart from in school. I had many people that were like, yeah, friends in quotes, who were older than me. Some people like my siblings and their friends. Okay, they were
mm.
way older than me. Yeah, these were the kind of people I was communicating with. My parents also. In
Wow.
fact, my parents' friends at times call me friend.
Wow.
So I've always had, you know, I don't know, this attraction for people older than me. So, and in a way, I think that as a way, that in a way formed the little exposure, I had while growing up. Certain things I learned as a teenager. Um, I learned quite a number of things, yeah, fairly early. Okay. For example, even before I became a teenager, I think at around age 6 or 7, I learned how to knot a tie.
Wow. At
I could
six.
do that. Yeah, as early as 6 or 7. And why? Why was it like that? Because my siblings were taught how to do it, and they were way older than me. So I learned it with them at the same time.
Mm,
You know, so certain stuff like that. I remember that even while in secondary school, I think at age 11, the first time I read for long hours overnight was at age 11. I I I read for, I think, about 6 hours at a stretch during the night.
at 11.
Yeah, it was around age 11.
And it
And what was the
will.
motivation? It wasn't that I was seeing my peers doing this, but when I see my siblings who were already preparing for maybe WIEC, or who already finished secondary school doing such, so I knew it was something necessary, to do. So I knew I started doing such too early. Um, what again? My teenage years. What again? What can I talk about again? Yeah, let me say this. I learned certain technical stuff too, based on my dad's job, my dad's business, because I believe for every parent, they try to expose their kids to what they do, early in life. So for me, as at I think around age 13 to 14, thereabout, I was already learning to operate big plastic extruders.
Wow. At
And
14.
yeah, at 13, 14, I was already learning to do that.
Mm.
At that age, I was also exposed to balancing of accounts, company accounts, and the likes. I got that exposure to very early. So these were just some opportunities I had, while growing up. And when I tell some people this, they say, "Oh, what a boring, what a boring life." Yeah, I had fun too, of course. Yeah, but yeah, very, very little. I was not a I was not given to partying, so I was not someone who loves to party. But at least once in a while, we have celebrations, we enjoy, we go for excursions as kids once in a while. But it wasn't something very common for me, you
Wow.
know. So, what again can I remember to talk about now? Okay, yeah, many kids, or many teenagers, let me put it, start learning to drive early, right? For me, I started early, but I ended late.
How do you?
Let me explain.
Okay.
Yeah, I started early because I think at around age 15 thereabout, I started learning with a small truck, to drive
Wow.
with a small truck.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first trial. But of course, my parents were not comfortable with this, so I was still young, and it's very understandable. So I stopped, so I couldn't really perfect it. So it was later on that I perfected my driving. So, but not at that early age. But I also started early
Mm.
because of the people around me, my brothers and and the likes. Um, One other thing I know that I did well, or that I was taught to do, was to save at an early age. I remember this too, and I felt it's good to mention because I feel it's something important. Basically, it's something that has stayed with me up to today. So I remember that my parents taught me to save. At times we have, then I don't know about now. Then when visitors come to your house and they want to leave, they give children money for biscuits, right? So for me, I learned uh, not to use the money to buy biscuits,
Mm.
right? So when I get stuff like that, I just, based on what I was trained to do, right? So I just give to my mom. Okay, this person gave me this. Even if even when they are not around, I don't keep it. I don't spend it on just anything. So this person gave me this, and my mom then was keeping the money for me. I remember the first time I spent my savings on something, on clothes. Yeah, my mom said, "Okay, now you have this amount, so amount. What do you want to use it to do? We use it to buy clothes or something." I said, "Okay, yes, yes, I'll use it to buy clothes." And we bought that clothes. He said, "Don't worry, the money is not, it won't be enough for you to pay the tailor to make the clothes for you, So, but just buy the material. I will pay for the sewing, you know."
Wow.
And we did it that way
Mm.
then. So that was my first experience, and I think that was around age 11 or so. That was my first experience, of saving to spend later, right? To spend that money. So I got used to that. Okay, I've talked so much on the general note, but let me talk about certain specific things.
All right. Great. Great.
I'm from a family. Let me use the word religious family in quotes. When I say religious, from a Christian family, that we go to church often. We do a lot of activities in church, and that also exposed me to quite a number of things. Which, yeah, I will mention them because you asked me. Excuse me. Yeah, for example, I think between age 10 and 15, it was a series of things happened actually around that line. I was I joined the choir in the department in the church, choir department in the church. and I learned to play different instruments in the church as a teenager. I was very active, in this stuff, from drums to guitar to keyboard. It was just an opportunity I had, and I did it. I did it then. I also had the opportunity. All these things are just opportunities that just present themselves because of your environment, right? So I also had the opportunity of even taking Sunday school classes at
Wow.
around maybe age 13 to 14, thereabout. I had the opportunity, and I remember that I started translating church services, like acting as a translator in church services at around that same age, you know. So our parents really exposed us to quite a number of things. So we had the opportunity, and I was just doing those things. But I believe many of those things with time have come to I've come to see the benefits, over time. So for again, yeah, let me still talk about the church. There's something I noticed. I don't know if it's still being done today. I'm sure you will agree with me that there was a time when in churches, children, teenagers always go for Bible quiz and the likes, both intra and interdenominational Bible quizzes.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know if you are, yeah. So I also had the opportunity of being, the one representing my church. Okay, one of the people representing my church, and we're going there even to other denominations. Other denominations will invite us for quiz competitions, not just our own denomination. So they invite us. They go out. We read the Bible for the for the quiz. We also have this activity called Drill Out Your Sword. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, drill out your sword. These things I'm mentioning were the activities that really engaged me, as a teenager. They were things I called activities that I really enjoyed doing. Yeah, they involve a lot of work, a lot of discipline, but they were just the activities I enjoyed doing then. So
Wow.
I don't know. I've
Wow.
not been hearing of all those things lately.
No, you've not been in
I don't know
Nigeria
if
now.
you see it.
You've been out of the country now, so maybe that's why you have not been.
No, no, no. Even before I left the country, it seemed to me as if it wasn't that common,
Yeah, I agree with you.
anymore as it used to
Are you
be.
being? Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree with you.
yeah. And
Amazing.
probably maybe churches are just doing it intra-denominational. They are not involving other
Other,
churches,
yeah.
inviting
Amazing.
other denominations to
Amazing.
participate.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these were some of the activities.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me say this. Apart from all these things I've mentioned, uh, well, I was also involved in some other activities. In school, playing football. At home, I
You
don't.
play football, Daniel.
Yeah, in school, just in school.
Wow.
Yeah, in school. Yeah, I was playing in the school, but at home I won't because I I didn't really have the opportunity of interacting with
Your
my
peers.
peers in the
Yeah.
environment.
Mm. And
And
mm,
maybe
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. You've said a few things, and I deliberately wanted us to listen to all of this. A number of them I don't know, and I'm quickly linking it up with the you I know, and I think they are instructive. And if you don't mind, I would like it to come from you, especially the fact that you said you started a lot of things early. I mean, at 11, you
Mm.
read 6 hours. I don't know how many 11-year-old student can do 6 hour stretch. And you also said that it was not because you needed to, but you saw people do. I mean, that means you were influenced by things around you, especially things that are not your peers. And I think that's very instructive that teenagers should listen to. I also deliberately mentioned that you finished top in your first degree. I mean, having a first class, finished top. Can you say that, or except it's not so, can you say that it's the experience you had uh, in your teenage age, on your formative stage? Can you say there are some of those experiences that some of them are yielding positive results for you now? I mean, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, Daniel. But hold your thought, please. Yeah, I mean, so we would like to get that. I mean, can you say it's those things that happen in your formative stage or age that is yielding for you now? Because Daniel, I know you're a very humble person. You will not say a lot of things about you, but I know you are a success, and you know how much I'm proud of you. But let us tell us on this platform, can you say those experiences are the one yielding positive for you? Uh, um, please share with us, please.
Yeah, so wherever we are, uh, at any point in life,
Mm.
okay, there is actually a result of our past, okay, of our past experiences. Okay, if I'm in Brazil today, at this moment, talking to you from Brazil, is because I took a plane from Nigeria, right, to
You
this
didn't fly.
place. Yeah, I wouldn't have been here if I didn't take an aeroplane
Mm.
to come here,
Mm.
right? So there is a means, to an end, or there's a means to a stage. So everything I experienced during my teenage years actually formed who I am,
Mm.
today. That is very clear. There are certain, should I say, qualities or certain attributes that they've been there since when I was a teenager, and they are still with me. Okay, so they've been there since then, and they are still with me today.
Mm.
Even if it's negative, even the negative, at times we experience some things that we are not so comfortable with, and we feel, why should this thing happen to me? This is too bad. But the negative could also be a step towards success at times, because certain things we experience that are not even palatable might build us, in terms of our character, in terms of our passion. As far as we can learn from them, it can build us becoming a better person.
Great.
So no matter how little, how insignificant, an activity is, or what we pass through is, they have everything has a role to play,
Great. Great.
in where we get here.
Great. I would like to ask some specific questions based on what I know of you. And I mean,
Okay.
if you don't mind, we also just like you to just give some very cogent, targeted responses to these questions. Number one, have you always been this good, I mean, academically, or you can say that it was a progressive thing?
Sorry, I didn't get
I mean,
all the questions
have you
clearly.
always been this excellent academically, or you think it was a progressive thing over the years? I mean, have you always, from your nursery school, primary school, I mean, top, or you think it was because or was progressive, or you think because of the diligence, which I know you have? I mean, I've known you for over a decade. I mean, or you were just natural, even if you don't study, you just can you tell us how the things you did in your teenage age formed? I mean, especially in the line of academics, who you are today, if you don't mind. I don't know if you get that question.
Okay. Okay. So have I always been this good? The question I will ask you now is, am I good now?
Well,
Because
well. Your first degree school says you are. They gave you, you had a fourth. They didn't give you, you had a first class. Your second degree school say you are, you had a distinction. So it's not what I'm even, what I think is what has been proven over the years.
Yeah, so you have said that. Um, well, in a way, when let me just say this, when I was in my primary school and secondary school, I consider myself to be an average student.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, there were many people, that when I look at them, I feel like, no, these guys are exceptional.
Hmm.
For someone like me, I knew I needed to put in serious effort. Why for some people it might not be that necessary. So I was studying, I was trying very hard then, reading, very well in my secondary school. I knew I was, at least compared to some people, I was reading, but I was just on the average, if you ask me.
Hmm.
And well, still, I kind of still have the feeling that I'm not different from any other person you see,
Hmm.
you know, over there. That's the way I feel. Yeah, maybe some other people may feel differently about me. Yeah, but looking at myself, I look at it that, see, the same struggles that people face while trying to pass exams, I face the same.
Hmm.
I face the same. And okay, let me just point this out.
Yes, please.
Um, I entered university during my teenage years also, at around 17. And I think that was when I met you,
Yeah.
you know. And yeah, you can connect to certain things I'm saying here that I also still faced, the same struggles that every person like me face while studying.
Hmm.
Okay, so it wasn't like there was anything exceptional. It wasn't that there was anything exceptional, like, okay, yeah, this guy wants, I know some people actually, when they read, in fact, they don't even need to read. you know Everything is just easy for them. But for my own kind of person, I know my kind of person. So one major thing that I can say helped me, is my determination to succeed in that particular thing.
Hmm.
you know
Hmm.
I have something in mind. This is what I want. Then I just make sure I have that determination first, that yes, I want to have it. Then trust
Determination.
God for the rest.
Hmm.
you know so, but first of all, I believe for whatsoever we achieve in life, it's not only about academics, right? Anything, the first thing is for us to decide that we want to succeed,
Hmm.
decide that we want to have it. Then let's trust God for the rest. Let's trust God for the rest. So that's just what I would say about that.
If
There is no special
if if
speciality.
this is coming from you, I believe you totally, and I'm saying it because I mean I know who you are now. I believe you totally. If you're saying that one of the first steps to getting to where we need to get to is determination, Daniel, I believe you totally. Second question, please. What does the word diligence mean to you? I mean, tell us in practical terms. I know you are a very, humble person, but please, in practical terms, a teenager is listening and watching this. I want to understand diligence, and I'm just going to quickly say this because it seems the world we have now rewards an easy way out. I mean, people want to do get things easy, the easy way out. They even call it the no-do generation. I mean, no-do's generation. So, what does the word diligence mean to you? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me clearly,
Clearly,
but I think the
clearly,
signal is
clearly, I can hear you
not.
clearly.
I was finding difficult to hear you. Yeah, but I think I got the question.
Mm.
So diligence. Well, diligence is a kind of hard work, right? That doesn't give up. Okay,
Hmm.
hard work.
Hmm.
Yeah, that never gives up.
Hmm.
So that's diligence.
Hmm.
Okay. You can say you are hardworking. You did something. You were hardworking in something and you stopped. You are not diligent.
Hmm.
Okay. So diligence is hard work that never gives up.
Instructive.
Even when you fail, when it seems you didn't get it, the first time, you continue. That is diligence.
Hmm.
That is diligence. You keep on. And when it comes to this, I have I've had several, experiences as regards that, both even in my teenage years and as an adult. You know, things don't always come like noodles, as they said in this generation. So
Hmm.
yeah, things are not always like noodles. Some things are like the muscles of animals
Hmm.
when it comes to food, that you need to chew and chew and chew,
Hmm.
you know. So it's not always easy. It's not always easy. So as I said, diligence, your hard work with consistency, hard work that never gives up, and you
Wow.
keep on at that. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That is very, I mean, that's something that someone needs to listen to again and again. Uh, it's said that people's secrets are in their story. And you've said a lot of story. In fact, I have jotted a few things down. If you're to, this is not also say we are doing it the noodles way, but if you are to give two, three nuggets or principle that has helped you, what would they be?
So sorry, I was not hearing you.
Okay,
I think the signal
can
went
you
bad.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I said that it said that people's secrets are in their stories, and you've shared a lot of your story with us today. If you're to, in bullet points, so to say, share with us your life principle, what would they be? I mean, principles. I mean, one, two, three of them. What would they be? That what you hold as are so strong as a working principle for you. What would those things be?
Okay. All right. Thank you for that question. Uh, I must say I learned several principles, so to say, from my teenage years, and many of those things have stayed with me
Mm.
till now. Okay, many of these things were from my parents.
Mm.
Basically, I must say not only what they say, but what they did. Not only what they said or what they were saying, but what they were doing. While I was growing up. Yeah, the first thing, as I said earlier, about the kind of family where I was raised was we're being trained to love God and love people,
Mm.
love your family too, okay, and love others. So this was a key stop for me.
Mm.
Well, I will mention a few and then focus on certain ones. Um, Another thing that is very important, very very important, is honesty and truthfulness.
Mm. Mm.
Very very important.
Mm. Mm.
I learned this. I learned this from home, and I can say that my parents, in a way, they trust everybody in the whole. Everybody. There were many in my home, but they trust everybody in the whole because of this principle. They imbibe it, they showed it, they displayed it, and they imbibe it, uh, into us. Okay. Yeah, we've already talked about diligence, maybe hard work and diligence. That's also very important. I saw it, and it's something I walk by. Generosity is another thing.
Mm. Mm.
Why mentioning some of these things, I just try to look at my parents. So, generosity is another thing. You know, yeah, I don't think I'm doing that enough. But I know that my parents, they do that a lot, even up to now. So it's something I picked up. It's something I would love to grow into, to get to that level. Humility is another thing. Okay, and lastly, tenacity. This last one I'm talking about, this tenacity, is something I came to discover for myself about my kind of person and how I stay with a single task until I get it done.
Wow. Hmm.
Let me cite an example. Uh, I will cite, very trivial examples, maybe things that people could, teenagers could connect with easily, especially around academics. And I'll be very specific now, okay, about you, Ifeoluwa.
Okay.
When we met, when we met, if you remember clearly, there was an assignment, not really an assignment, right? But a kind of mathematics, yeah, let's say assignment in mathematics that we're trying to solve.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can remember.
Not yet.
That particular question, that particular question was given to me by one of your close friends then. You guys were solving it. And I said, okay, let me try. And I tried and tried. I took days, you know, before even I asked people, older colleagues, right? They couldn't solve it, you know. And later on, we brainstormed together, and after days, we got the solution. Now, that's to point out to a fact that it's always good, to stay with a task and not give up on it. Am I still here? Can you hear me,
Yes, yes,
Felua? I
I
can't see
can,
anyone.
I can hear you clearly, and thank you very much for that, especially the tenacity part you said. Daniel, I know you. I mean, as a friend, as much as I should know, and I know yes, you have that. I know you're a very humble person. You didn't say a few things. I mean, to not to blow your own trumpet, but I appreciate as much as you have shared with us. If a few things you've said that I think is very important to reiterate is number one, the environment you had as teenager. Can you hear me? You seem not to hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
can now.
Okay. All right. So I'm saying the environment that formed you has been very helpful to who you are today. And you have also said that you maximize every opportunity that came your way. You didn't have to learn how to play keyboard, but I also know that it was, I don't know if you want me to say it here. I mean, it was playing instruments that it was one of a very help you got when you moved to Abuja. I don't know if you know that story. Remember that story, right? But you didn't have to learn it
Okay.
as a teenager. I mean, so but you said you maximize opportunity. You could have avoid. You could have not learned at that time, but learning it at least paved way for you. So maximize opportunity. You said you've also mentioned. You also mentioned to us that hard work that never gives up is diligence. For me, that is very instructive. It's not only for teenagers. I mean, as an adult, I think that is something I also hold on to. I'm also very what's the right word to use now? I mean, it's amazing that even as a father that you are, you can still and you are still referring to what your parents did and are still doing. As a father that I am now too, I think I would look forward to my son saying, even when he's a father, that his father he's got positive impact in his life. So my point is, role model. I mean, you said your parents were very good role model to you, and I hope this can be for a lot of teenagers too at this time, that they can say that parents are positive role model to them. Uh, I love the part that you said love God, love people. Then I know you're a loving person, and I think that what you have said today, it's not just for me. I think you've tried to be humble with what I know about you, but I mean, thank you for those things you have shared. If you are to give a 60-second counsel to a teenager who is struggling and who is about to give up, if you're to give about a 60-second counsel to a teenager who is struggling, the struggle can be for in any form. I'm not specific now, but it is clear that this teenager is struggling. What would you tell such teenager?
Okay, so as you said, uh, struggles could be in different forms.
Mm,
Okay, well, maybe it depends on what the specific thing that the person is passing through. Okay, the area where the person is struggling. Excuse me. So, well, what I would say is that the person, first of all, okay, someone who is struggling needs to calm down and do a kind of assessment first. Okay,
mm,
what is the real thing happening? Okay,
mm,
what what um, what is my issue? Okay, what what uh what is the problem I'm having? At this moment, what am I trying to resolve?
mm,
Okay, the first thing, stay quiet, calm down, and do a kind of assessment. But basically, there is also one thing I would like to mention, and which will lead me to an answer I will give here to someone who is struggling on a general note. Well, I've mentioned a lot of things, but I should also say that it is very important we are careful about the things around us today,
mm,
the kind of people we meet,
mm,
our friends,
mm,
um, and try to avoid distractions.
mm,
Okay, we talk about tenacity, we talk about diligence. If there is a significant amount of distraction, then that won't be possible.
mm,
You know, if the distraction is too high, it won't be possible. To attain this level of diligence and tenacity. So, what will I say? The best thing is for a teenager now to take the time, take the time to find out what he's supposed to do, what he's meant to do in life, what God actually wants for his life. For some of us, we didn't take this step really as a teenager. Like, we're not that conscious about this, but it's a very good lesson that right from teenage years, one should have the understanding. I think that in a way will help reduce the
mm,
level of struggles, on a general note. If you're very sure of what God has for you, then it won't be that difficult to also stay focused, on what He has shown you, or what you know you're supposed to be, or where you know you're supposed to be. So I think it's very important, and that will prevent a whole lot of headaches later on. Then, if the struggling is if it's academic, let me be a bit specific.
yes,
If
please.
it's academic, okay, yeah, I think the person, just as I said earlier, needs to calm down, do an assessment, and understand what works best for him.
Mm,
Let me share this. The fact that I said I read, I was reading for as long as maybe 6 hours when I was 11 or 12, does not mean that that is necessary for everybody.
mm,
So, because It's just about you understanding what you want to achieve and what it takes, to get it. We are all different. The way we approach things might be different, but the main thing is for you to know that you are taking deliberate steps towards that goal.
Mm.
You can have a different way of doing it. If you're struggling academically, just understand yourself. What step? How am I supposed to do it? I discovered that I could, you know, read more in the night, and I started doing that, and I was able to do it well. And I was doing that even to compete or to be able to achieve certain results that some other people who are not doing that would get. But I knew myself, I knew my kind of person that I needed to do that to get what I needed. For some people, they might not need that, but I know that for most people, it is always necessary, you understand, to take these kind of steps for you to achieve the kind of excellence you desire, either in academics or in other areas of life. So I don't know if I've answered your question, but struggling is so general.
Wow.
Okay, but I just try to take my general notes and be a little bit specific too.
Thank you very much. I mean, I like the fact that your first response is calm down. And like we say here currently in Nigeria, be calming down. And I think that's very key. You also mentioned things around distraction, around what things that could be that sort of distraction, which I think is also very important that you have said. Thank you very much for that very spot on answer. And it's almost an hour that looks like just 5 minutes. I know you and I we enjoy when we need to gist, but this is just for people outside our circle that should hear this. Thank you, Daniel, for your time. I'm excited you took out time out of your very busy schedule. I would like to get from you the final and parting word that you have to tell us or to say to us to encourage someone who is listening, someone who has a lot of aspiration. Some people are not struggling, but they have a lot of aspiration. I mean, just anything that comes to your mind. I want to tell to a teenager at the time as this. Would like to hear from you, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Falua. So let me say this. Um, Teenage years are usually called formative years.
Mm,
So there are several things one needs to be careful about.
mm,
I'll just leave the teenagers with this word,
mm,
which is the scripture anyway. Uh, the book of Psalms, I will read. I think I have it here. Psalm 1 from verse 1 to 3.
okay.
I think this scripture is very instructive uh, for a teenager. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take,
Mm,
or sit in the company of mockers,
mm,
but whose delight is in the law of the Lord,
mm,
and who meditates on his law day and night.
mm,
That person is like a tree planted by the streams of water,
mm,
which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers.
mm.
So this is very important, and I feel this scripture is very instructive for a teenager.
Wow.
The second scripture I will read is Psalm 119, verse 9 to 11,
Okay.
talking about a young person. How can a young person stay on the path of purity?
Mm,
That's the question. By living according to your word, according to the word of God.
mm,
And he continued and says, I seek you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands.
mm,
I've hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you.
Hmm.
Teenagers are very prone to peer pressures.
Hmm.
Teenagers are very prone to um, exploration,
Hmm.
trying to explore. They're very inquisitive,
Hmm.
right? But even though those things are positive, one must be very careful for it not to become negative.
Hmm.
One must be very careful, you know, by staying in line with God for someone not to move, in the negative way. So I feel that is very, very important for teenagers. I didn't share certain things, but because well, one thing about me is I try to learn, from my past and just move on. I won't dwell on. There's no regret because many of these things, many of even the negatives, formed who we have become.
Yeah.
Okay, because we learned from and we overcame and we became stronger.
Yeah.
But it's also important to note that there are certain things also that could be prevented from happening at all if one grows himself, if one, works and tries to grow in the Lord.
Hmm.
So it is very important for a teenager, you know, to make sure that he checks his company,
Hmm.
check the kind of people you move with, stay pure, stay with God.
Yeah.
That is very, very important. And I pray that for every teenager listening, that the Lord will grant that strength to get it right with God
Hmm.
first, and then to be able to walk even in His line. And the Lord Himself, according to that scripture I read, He says that whatsoever they do will
Mhm.
prosper.
Yeah.
So because you have already taken the right step in the right direction, all these other things, when you put them in place, you will also prosper in them.
Amen. Amen.
That's what I
Thank
have
you
to say.
very much, Daniel, for your time. Thanks, regards to your family for allowing us to do this with you at this. It's a weekend. I'm sure you've been busy all week. Thank you very much for sparing this, and wish you all the best. And please keep praying for us, for your country, and I hope you've not forgotten Nigeria. All right, Daniel. Thank you very much.
All right,
Yeah.
Sister Lua.
Yeah.